So going live a little bit earlier here this evening, and yeah, just waiting for everybody to get online. But yeah, I'll just talk for the first couple of minutes, so it's probably about 30 seconds to go. And yeah, kind of how the off season has gone, what I'm focusing on for the next month and a half to 2 months. And yeah, kind of just in general doing some Q&A with you guys, also about some running shoe, another running shoe I'll give you guys a little bit of insight on. And yeah, hope you guys are going to enjoy this evening's edition, which is kind of, I think it's my fourth live stream that I have done. And yeah, try and give you guys some insights behind the scenes on professional triathlon racing as well as off-season, a couple of extra tips as well. If you guys are wondering what happened to my face, I have not been in a bar brawl or a big fight or anything like that. I kind of just walked into something 2 days ago after the gym. I walked straight into a door and kind of smashed my head open. So I'll wear this cap so you guys can't see the big scratches on my face. Yeah, so what I'm going to start off with this evening, you guys, if you have any questions, head on down to the comments section on the right hand side of the tab, and you guys can ask any questions you may have. I'm going to keep this live stream to about 25 minutes to 30 minutes maximum, and yeah, try and answer as many of you guys' questions as well as give you guys some information on my off season, what's coming up in the next month, and as I said, like a shoe review as well. So I'll just head through to the comments here and just say good evening to some guys, to Luke. Good evening, Marek. Luke's always online. Good job, always online. Good evening there. Good job. What's your real name? Because, I mean, yeah, you got to have a real name. Good job is a cool name, but yeah, write in the comments there what your real name is. Alex Seaweed just found your channel 5 minutes ago. Awesome. Please, Alex, subscribe and share my channel to your friends if you can. That would be awesome. I'm not sure if you're a runner or triathlete or what you do. And yeah, I think I'll start off with off-season, what I've been doing the last 2 weeks since my 10K all-out attempt. No, not 2 weeks, 1 week actually, since my 10K attempt. And yeah, kind of what I've been doing the last couple of days after the race. I was extremely stiff, especially my obliques and my lower abdomen was really, really stiff after the 10K run. So yeah, I was pretty smashed a couple days right after the race. And yeah, I think it's good to take some downtime. I plan my off season right after my 10K attempt, and yeah, that went well. I'm pretty happy with how that turned out, and kind of that's all planning towards Tokyo Olympics next year. So the one big thing as well was to make sure that obviously I can see how fast I can run over 10Ks, and especially in the Vaporfly shoes as well, just to test the shoes out to see which ones work the best for me. And so yeah, I still need to do a 10K in the Alpha Flies to see how good they are as well compared to the Vaporflies, and yeah, kind of just testing things out to see how they go in the races. This evening, yeah, with the off season, I've kind of been taking training back a hell of a lot. So a lot of people ask me, what's my training been like now that I've been in off season? I don't know if you guys have seen my last video. We made some, I did some mountain bike videos. So yeah, kind of did a lot of mountain biking. I'm busy editing footage now from 2 days ago. I've got like 80 gigs worth of video that I've got to go through, which is a lot. And so yeah, this weekend's video that I'm going to post out on Sunday is something very, very cool, and something I think you guys are really going to enjoy. I'm not going to tell you guys what it is just yet. So everyone that's tuning in now or watches this video, this Sunday I'm going to post a very, very cool video. I think you guys are going to learn a lot from it. And yeah, you guys will be able to implement that in some things you guys do, especially runners in specific. I'm not going to tell you exactly what it's about, but it's related to running. And yeah, I definitely think you guys are going to enjoy that. So yeah, in the off season, I've been scaling my training back a lot. Usually I kind of do in the region of like 20 to 30 hours of training in a week. And so yeah, swimming, biking and running training, as well as some gym thrown in there. And yeah, I kind of now been doing about 2 runs a week. So I've only done about 2 runs last week. I did about 2 cycles and I did about 2 swims. So the training is really come back a lot. And yeah, I haven't worn my running watch. I haven't actually had my watch on for the last 5 days. I did some runs without a watch, I did some cycle without a watch, kind of just to free my mind a little bit and kind of just enjoy the off season, not be too serious. Haven't touched my road bike since the last race. It's literally been sitting in the garage, and yeah, I've kind of been enjoying it. Been enjoying it thus far, and yeah, it's kind of good to take the off season as it comes and enjoy having a break while I can. Yeah, and so the next plan for us is kind of to try and get Rachel a visa to get to South Africa, because the Netherlands has just closed parts of their borders pretty much, and South Africa is stopping people from red zones or orange zones coming into South Africa. So we need to get Rachel a visa so we can get to South Africa. And the plan there is to kind of start our training then for the Olympics in December side. And yeah, what we're going to do is kind of build a training app over the next 2 months, heading towards January. And then we go to Namibia, to Windhoek in Namibia, where we always go. And we're going to put some great training miles in there in Namibia and Windhoek. And yeah, very, very much looking forward to going there and kind of getting the mileage going. We always go to Windhoek to Namibia for some training at the start of the year. It's at altitude as well, at about, I think it's 16 or 1700 meters above elevation. I'm not sure 100% in feet. That is probably like 5,000 or 5,500 feet above sea level. So it's a good place to go get some altitude training at the start of the season. Yeah, and so that's kind of the first 2 months of next year. And then hopefully, if we don't have a complete lockdown, yeah, we'll be able to come back to Europe and yeah, start hopefully with the races of 2021. Yeah, that's kind of the off season, how it is now. I'm kind of keeping my swimming going as well, because I really need to be careful about not doing doing very little swimming. And so yeah, I'm going to make sure I keep on top of my swimming. The swimming pool's just closed down now for the public here in the Netherlands. They're having a lockdown, which is well, not a complete lockdown, but certain places are shut. And yeah, I think it's a bit of a tough time now for the next couple of weeks. But yeah, we'll be picking the training up a little bit more in the next couple of weeks. And so yeah, the next week or two, I'm still taking it easy until about the middle of November. Before I go on to the next part of this evening's live stream, I'll go through one or two of you guys' questions and yeah, answer some of your guys' questions that you might have here on the right. If you guys have any specific questions you want, or any supers to support my channel, that would be awesome. So you can head down the comment section, add a super if you want, if you're tuning in this evening. So yeah, let's just head up on the comment section here. There we go. Oh, hey, done. Good job. Theo Bluffnote. Good evening, Brew. It's been a long time. I haven't spoken to you in ages. I hope you're doing well. From Lars, hey, RD. Good to catch you live in a week of work. There we go. I'm trying to keep you guys entertained every Wednesday. Well, I'll try and do every Wednesday. Sometimes 8 p.m., sometimes 8:30 CET. I'll do a live video so you guys know that's going to be on. I won't always post it in advance, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to set kind of every Wednesday just to do a live stream with you guys about what's been going on, what's coming up, types of things like that. Letting you guys know that I smashed my forehead into a door, those types of things, that answer your guys' questions as well. And I'll make some obviously a video for the Sunday, so it'll be live stream Wednesday, and on Sunday will be my weekly video. So let's go through here. Good job. My name is Job, a Dutch name. That's great, Job. That's why your name is good, Job. Very smart. Good on you. Xavier Griesebach, at what age do you think you could achieve a theoretical athletic peak in triathlon and on the track? So theoretically for triathlon, your peak years is anywhere from about 21, 22 odd years to about 32, 33. It is very specific to the athlete. So some athletes, it depends when you started doing endurance sports. If you started doing endurance sports later, obviously you can have your peak, but earlier, if you start endurance sports kind of later in your career, kind of towards like 20 or 22, somewhere around there, usually it takes you about 5 or 8 years kind of to get yourself into peak condition and peak form, somewhere in that region. So yeah, kind of your peak is dependent on when you started as an athlete, I would say. But some people cross over from other sports, which means they've got experience already in that field. So that kind of adds to your years a little bit as a professional. So it's very, very specific to when you started sports. I hope that helps you, Javier. Sorry, Sander. And then on the track, I have no idea on the track. I haven't really run on the track much. I'm going to guess probably a little bit younger on the track, depending on your distance. Endurance distance guys can probably go a bit longer, but short distance guys, I think they're a tiny bit shorter. I'm not sure if that's correct or not, but yeah, that's kind of what I would guess it would be. Let's go through here. From Loz, do you find it hard easing off during the off season? No, I have no problem easing off in the off season. To tell the real truth, I'm a bit of a lazy person sometimes, so for me to just take a couple of weeks off definitely does help me, and I kind of make sure that I get quite unfit, and when I want to start training again, I have that motivation and that keenness to actually start training again and start being focused again for training. And so yeah, if I don't want to do a session in the off season, I have no schedule. So I have absolutely no schedule for about 3 weeks at the end of the year in off season, and I just do what I enjoy doing. Go mountain biking. I try and swim in the lakes if we can. It's going to winter now in Europe, so swimming in the lake is a little bit colder, so I don't think I'll be doing that. Yeah, I'm just going to try and enjoy it, so I don't have a problem with backing off at all, Loz. From James Turner, we'll just go. Somebody gave me a super up at the bottom. Thanks for the great content. Keep it up. Thank you very much, Hayden S, for the 10 Australian dollars there. I'm not sure what time it is in Australia. It's probably like late morning there. So good day to you, mate. Cheers. Yeah, Australia is definitely a place that I probably could live. I'm not sure if that's Australian dollars. I would hope so. So if it's wrong and some other type of dollar, that's my bad. But yeah, I'll go on to some other questions here. James Tanner, hey, what's up? Geordie, 19760. Have you mastered the pants flick yet? Bet you can't do that after 10Ks. I'm not a master at flicking my pants onto my head. Rachel Palmer is much better at that than I am. I have tried it once or twice. You got to do it in summer though. To do that in winter is near impossible. I don't know if you can do it with long pants, throwing your pants on your head, but I'll give it a try. Maybe I'll do it on a live stream. I'll try and see if I can throw my pants and land it on my head next time. And yeah, you guys can give me some supers. Maybe next time I'll do some crazy stuff. So you guys can give me some supers to do some really stupid stuff if you want. I'll try and keep it kosher and professional, but next time we'll do some fun stuff, and yeah, you guys can ask me to do some things or ask me some questions you think I wouldn't be able to answer. If you guys hit me up with some super, that would be dope. Let's go through it. Antonio Rodriguez, hello. Never complete rest during off season or any break during the year. I definitely take complete break. I used to, I've got a video as well. I'll link it down in the description of this video on taking off season to take a break. So if you guys want to go and see another video after this one, this live stream, and have a break, it's a video I made I think 2 videos ago. And yeah, you guys can go and see what I do in the off season, what Rachel does in the off season. So for any of my female viewers out there, if you guys want, guys or girls want to go and have a look, there's some information from Rachel as well as from my side. If we take a complete break, I do take every second day off, completely off training, so I do nothing for that day, and then the next day I'll do an easy run or an easy bike. Today I did a run this morning, easy 40 minutes, and then this evening I did a swim. I cut it short. I needed about 2.5K. I told the coach I was lazy today, so I did about 2.5K worth of swimming, which is not much compared to what we usually do, anywhere 4 to 6K, something like that. Go through some of the questions here. Jay Chesk, somebody removed your question, sorry. I don't know if you wrote something wrong. I have injured a muscle in my lower leg due to too much training and rested for 2 months, but it keeps coming back. Do you have any advice? I'm pretty bummed. Jay Chesk, I would say go and see a movement specialist, somebody who's very good at like maybe running specific specialist. The thing is, when you take a break from training, you always say you have to take a break. And the problem is when you take a break, it doesn't fix your problem. So, I mean, you go and take a break and you think, okay, after this I'm going to be recovered. And some of the times, yes, but usually it's related to your running gait or how you run. And if you're not running straight or your hips are out when you're running, your injury will come back. And so that's the reason why sometimes you take a break for a couple of weeks or months, and and then obviously you have that injury that reoccurs and comes back. So just make sure that you go to a running specialist, somebody who knows running gait or running movement, and checks your hips out and checks everything out to see maybe you have an imbalance somewhere, and they can really help you. So sometimes taking a break doesn't always fix the problem. We go through here, MD Mike and so Dyslexic Unicorn. Wow, that's a serious name you've got going on there. Like to know about preparing for a 70.3. I'm looking at one in September 2021. First one, how do you structure the year leading up? That's a really big question. I'll try and keep it as short as I can, so I'm not going to speak or even just on one question. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a video about this person topic on how to prepare for a triathlon, kind of basic version. So if people just starting up in triathlon, how to do your first triathlon, I'll do a video on that, as well as how to plan your season as an experienced athlete or an athlete with a bit of experience. And then maybe further down the line, once I roll out with memberships, so I'm going to do memberships on this channel, you guys will be able to sign up as members. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create content only for members only, for you guys out there. And if you guys really want to be, we're going to move this down the line of being a coaching platform somewhere down the line. Rachel Plummer is giving me the winky eyes. She wants to get all up in the live stream. Let me guys know in the comments if you want Rachel to join the live stream. If you don't, well, I think she's just gonna join anyway. Look at that. Hey. You just stole my live stream. How dare you?
Hey, I had to come in.
Okay.
I had to listen and learn.
Okay,
so
well,
there we go. I'll learn from a distance.
Now Rachel's making it exciting. Maybe Rachel should come in a bikini. If you guys want to see Rachel come back in a bikini, let me know down.
This is sexy.
Look at my hair. That's why I wear a cap, because my hair is out of control out here. This is
coaching one day. I'll be there.
You can say you're gonna say it to the
I'll
Rachel's gonna be there one day from the coaching. No, but yeah, we'll let's get back to some of the questions. Thank you for joining in, Rachel. That was wonderful. I think everyone's only seeing it now because it's delayed by like literally a minute. 2020 issues. So yeah, let's go. Just 70.3 questions. I was saying I'll do a video just how to do your first triathlon, and then how to do triathlon for more experienced athletes, and then how to do with my memberships after that, which I'll start shortly. I'm busy working things out on the different tier levels of my memberships. You can become an RD crew member, and yeah, I think it's going to be great. So stay tuned for that coming up shortly as well. And then hopefully I can answer that for you, because that's a lot of detailed question to answer just straight on out and quickly to answer something like that. So sorry about that, MD Mike. Trigger Celery. People got some interesting names nowadays. Why can't they have like John or David or something like that? But then again, it's exciting. Hello, I have a question. The 5K racing, how should the first 2K feel? Should I feel still fairly steady at the pace? I haven't had a proper 5K yet and don't want to go too slow or bonk. So pacing, I'll make a video on pacing as well, but one thing about your 5K, you need to pace it really well. 10K you need to pace even more, and a half marathon to a marathon you really need to pace well. So the shorter the distance goes, the less time you're going to be in the red and bonk. So for your 5K, if you're really fit, go out at a steady to hard pace, but something that you feel like you can maintain. And you can continue, so that the last K and that 5K you still have energy left to finish strong. So that's would be my best advice for you. I think the more you race and the more time you spend training, the more you know your body, and then obviously the better you can run your 5K. So I think experience plays a big factor into being able to run fast and pace correctly. I do look at my running watch all the time, so everyone telling me to stop looking at my running watch when I'm doing my fast racing and stuff, I shouldn't look at my watch. You're 100% correct, but I'm so used to staring at my watch, it's very hard not to. And yeah, no, I think that's kind of the advice for the 5K, trying to just build into it as you're going. And obviously, if you're not that fit, don't start off fast, start off slower. So just listen to your body and go with the fitness with what you have, and try and think about how hard it is that you're going. You start to learn the feeling the more running that you do. Let's go through here. Just mentioned Hayden again. Thanks for the 10 Australian dollars. Cheers for supporting the channel. Antonio, regarding the altitude training block you mentioned, do you have to follow a specific protocol like sleep high, train low? I don't follow the kind of sleep high, train low type approach. We kind of go out to an altitude area of altitude where we do a training camp for about 3 weeks. So for me, I kind of prefer 4 weeks almost, and it takes me kind of in the region of 10 days just to get acclimatized to altitude. Sometimes it's longer, sometimes it's a bit shorter. And yeah, after 10 days, I can do some hard training or some more high intensity training, but at altitude, I struggle a lot more. So I'm going to take it a bit easier and just listen to my body, the higher altitude that I go. Let's go through to another question. Hopefully that answers your question, Antonio. Let's have a look here. Jordan Merritt has a question here. Have you ever had access to VO2 max peak assessments throughout the season? If so, has the session shift much over the course of your career? Cheers from New Zealand. Yeah, thanks to all my New Zealand followers out there, and Australian followers, American followers as well. Yeah, so the answer to that question, VO2, I've done 2 VO2 max tests in my life. One of them I never got the results from, and I was a guinea pig in Stellenbosch, and I did a VO2 max test kind of for the students, and I never got the results from that. And the second time, I think I did it when I was at Red Bull, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, I kind of didn't use that data. I think if you use that data consistently year in, year out, and you use it very specific, it can help you. But I'm not a huge fan of looking at those types of numbers. More got to do with how my training is going and how I feel and that type of thing. So running off feel is a very, very big thing, and it really, really helps. So I think heart rate, running my Polar watch, so in the description, I've got all my camera gear that I use. So if you guys want to go and check that out to see, I don't have my iPad in there, down in the description, I should put that in there. But yeah, my running watch, so my Polar running watch that I use, as well as my swimming goggles from Form. If you guys want to go, you can check it down in the description of this video, and yeah, you guys can go and check that stuff out that I use yeah, for my racing, for my training. Really helps me with using that data. So let's go through to some more stuff. Hannes Pelser, sorry if I get your surnames or names wrong. Hey Richard, super great stuff. You have just disappeared in the comments. Love all your content. Try to give you a super, but it's not available for my area. Keep it up, great content. Cheers, thank you very much for that. No problem if you guys can't do it from your area. I know some countries you can't give super stickers or supers out. That's all good, no problem. Having you guys on the channel is what's important, and giving the thumbs up to this video and sharing if you guys can would be awesome. So if you know anyone who wants this type of information, it'd be great if you could share it across to them. That would help the channel as well. So let's go through here. Blixton, there's a question from Blixton. I'm not sure which country from Blixton. How for your structure or high intensity training, how much distance, speed, threshold, or aerobic sprints? That's a very big question, all on top of each other. But I'm not sure 100% what you mean there, but you're kind of asking me kind of what training I do, what intensity, what distance. So yeah, swimming probably anywhere from 15 to 20 kilometers a week. My biking is about 200 to about 300 in a week. And then my running is anywhere from kind of 50 to about 90, close towards 100 on some of the biggest weeks. And that's in hours wise, kind of 15 hours to about 25 to 30 hours being some of the biggest weeks that I do. And yeah, kind of on the intensity, we do 2 speed running sessions a week. On the swim, I kind of also just do 2, one short intensity swim, one longer aerobic kind of intensity swim on the bike, usually 1 or 2 interval sessions. I kind of get away with doing 1, and yeah, that kind of works for me. So yeah, I'm heading through to 25 minutes now, so I'm going to do another 5 or 6 odd minutes, and then we'll finish up here. I've got a tiny bit more information about a running shoe here now that I want to show you guys that I've been testing out as well to see what you guys think about it. Kind of enjoyed it so far, so I'll get to that now. And I'll just do 2 more questions here. Let's have a look. Good job, Hannes, Clinton. Hi there, Cindy from Italy. Thanks for watching. Amit, hooray. At what age did you start triathlon? I did my first triathlon when I was 11 years old, Amit. Antonio, could be a good video to talk about how you manage training, racing program, and Rachel training / program. It's always compatible. Yeah, so Rachel and I are training together. We've had a few questions on that. Yeah, luckily I kind of benefit from doing aerobic type training, which for Rachel is kind of a race pace type training or that direction. So when I need to do my aerobic training, it works for Rachel as well as it works for myself. So the running side, that's good. On the biking, Rachel rides behind me. If she's tired, when Rachel gets really fit, she starts riding next to me. That's how I know Rachel's getting stronger on the bike, or I'm getting weaker on the bike, one of the two. And then from the swimming side, Rachel and I actually swim quite similar some of the time with pacing. So we actually kind of like racing each other. I don't enjoy actually racing Rachel all that much. She kind of enjoys racing me a bit more. But yeah, so all in all, we work pretty well together. And luckily, not everyone has that luxury. So great to be able to train with Rachel day in, day out. Yeah, which really does help and is quite cute. Rachel's giving me the eye over there. That's all I'd say. Let's have a look here. Jaap Bakker. Jaap Bakker. I have used earplugs during swimming, otherwise I get dizzy. Do you have advice on preventing this? In races, it can be annoying. That's a really good question. I cannot advise you on that. I would say, yeah, I think that's just something specific to you, Jaap, unfortunately, and perhaps the more swimming you do, maybe your body might get a little bit more used to it and you don't get as dizzy. But yeah, sorry, I can't really help you with that one all that much. Maybe ask a specialist or ask somebody, a doctor or somebody who might know more on that. I'm unfortunately not a doctor, so I can't help you with that. Let's see if we can have a look here. Ben Collins, hi Richard. See your sub-threshold running training video. What is the benefit of running that pace? There's not much info out there about that training zone. Yeah, so zone 2 training, I used to be, not zone 2, zone 3. Depends on how your zones work. I've kind of got 5 zones. Kind of zone 5 being my sprint or really fast speed workout. Then zone 4 kind of being my race threshold type training, and 3 is just below my threshold type training. And yeah, kind of that threshold type training is just below your race pace, and this kind of helps to build your body up. I made a video on get fast, run slow, or run fast, get fast, run slow. That's it. And yeah, you guys can go and check that out. Exactly, it's quite similar to the threshold running video. So they kind of overlay those 2 videos. So you guys can go and check that one out. That'll help you with the threshold specifics and how it works. Let's go through another question here. Nathan Hedgie, great videos. Your editing is improving with every video. Can see your passion for content creation. Thank you very much, Nathan. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I enjoy it. I enjoyed Instagram, and I kind of prefer YouTube a little bit more. It kind of gives back a little. There's a little bit more into it than Instagram is. So it's another reason kind of why I started. I really enjoy it. I enjoy training, trying to share that with you guys. And yeah, kind of growing this channel to make it something really cool one day. It's just the beginning now, so yeah, great to have all you guys online, staying tuned, so give you guys a pat on the back. Cheers. Let's have a look through here. Nathan Hedge, any advice on improving swimming endurance? A specific set I can incorporate into swimming? Yeah, well, 2 of my favorite sessions we always used to do is kind of 30-100s. It's quite a tough session where you kind of swim what you think you're capable of for those 30 times 100s, and you can kind of go on, make sure that you have about 10 seconds rest or 15 seconds rest after each rep. And yeah, so you can do 3 sets of 10, 10, 10, and after each set of 10, you can take a little bit longer break and a little bit longer break in between those two. That kind of helps with a great aerobic capacity and can really help people that want to improve on swimming. You can also obviously do 10 times 100 if you're not as fit or not expertise in swimming, and you can obviously do 20 if you're kind of in the middle. Some swimmers probably do 50, kind of depends on where you're at a little bit. Also 10 200s is quite a nice session, or 5 400s or 6 400s, that's also quite a good one. Let's have a look here. I'm going to do two more questions here and then just finish off with this short little shoe review I've got coming up over here on the Brooks Hyperion Tempo 2. I'll give you guys a tiny little bit of information into this carbon placed racing shoe from Brooks. Yeah, kind of interesting, a little bit of feedback. I'll give you a short little feedback on this one coming up shortly. And yeah, one thing I'll mention as well with my already merch, I've got some other stuff hopefully arriving this week, and I'm hoping by middle of November to be able to get my merchandise out on this channel. So it'll be kind of on my store on YouTube when you're on my main page, kind of like 3rd bar or 4th bar on the top, so you guys can head through there and purchase any clothing or cups or socks, or I've got masks coming as well, so that's very cool. And yeah, so hopefully I can get that out by middle of this month. Let's have a look. Alpha Fly or Vaporfly? I'm gonna have to say Vaporfly, I think. Steve Nachel, are you going to be selling technical merch as well, such as tri-suits and bib shorts? I'll look into that. Perhaps with Santini we can try and do some type of collaboration where I can get clothing made from Santini with my logo on. It might have some of my sponsor logos on there as well. Let me guys know in the comment section if you would buy cycling kit or running kit specifically made from Santini from Italy. It'll be great quality stuff as well, so you know what you're buying is good stuff. So let me know in the comments if you guys will buy any of that training gear. Definitely a running singlet would be pretty cool to make, I think. Good job, good job. Is it worth it to spend amount of money on a sports watch? Kind of depending on, if you're you want to improve in running. I think you could probably get away with just having a normal like middle of the range running sports watch. I kind of like the Vantage V from Polar, because it's got sleep tracking and it's got a lot of different things really well built into it. And that's a link in the description to that running watch if you guys want to check it out. But I think you can probably get away with middle of the range to low of the range. It all depends on how serious you are and how much you want to improve. The better watches or the more expensive ones have got more information. If you're a person who doesn't want lots of information, just get a simpler watch and it'll make your life a lot easier. Just hit the last question here. I'll go for a big question. Let's have a look here. Blixton, have you ever had a moment where you changed something in your training that's not just train more and saw a big improvement? For me, it was strength training. It really made me faster on track. Yeah, so training more, the one big thing I'll put out there, everyone thinks you need to train as much as you humanly can to get fast. And it's always about more is better, big is better, all that type of thing. That's not particularly true. If you focus kind of on the things you're bad at and go and do more of that, you'll probably improve if you're a triathlete. If you're a runner, strength training, maybe throw some cycling into your running schedule. Maybe try and get a different coach. I've got a video coming out pretty shortly, like I said, on Sunday, hopefully, just about running as well. So stay tuned for that one. I think you guys will really benefit from that. And yeah, I think that's kind of the advice that I can say. Changing coaches really helped a lot. I think it was interesting to go to a different coach. It really did help to kind of learn new things. After a couple of years, you kind of get used to the way things go and you train the same thing every week. Sometimes it's good to mix things up and do something completely different and just to spice things up, and yeah, it kind of keeps it fresh and you actually improve sometimes from those things. Yeah, so I'm going to go through just to a little bit of a review on this Brooks Hyperion Elite 2. I did a couple of speed sessions in the shoe. Yeah, and I just want to give you guys a little bit of feedback on the shoe. I think what I'll do is I'll do a kind of a full review of the shoe now as well coming up next week, and I'll try and post it out there kind of middle of next week's side, kind of just a short shoe review, which yeah, I'm kind of still testing out shoes, trying to find the exact one that I like the most. But yeah, this Brooks Hyperion Elite Tempo, sorry, not Tempo, sorry, it's a Brooks Hyperion Elite. It's extremely wide forefoot, so you can see how wide this forefoot is. Anyone wants to go and get this Brooks shoe, I hope you guys are watching, tuning in here. It's extremely wide forefoot. Kind of reminds me of a Hoka a little bit. Kind of flares out from the top towards the bottom, and it's got a carbon plate in it as well, so it's extremely rigid shoe. You can see I'm putting quite a bit of force in here. It's not bending all that much. The foam is really soft. I think I would say that the foam is perhaps a little bit too soft. I'm a very big fan of a shoe being very soft, but sometimes if it's too soft, what happens is when you're running, you kind of end up sinking a lot into the shoe, and you can kind of have to push out of the shoe if it's got a lot of foam on it. So I think this shoe might be great for kind of your tempo runs, tempo endurance style running, where it kind of helps you on the bounce back and you don't get as much load on your quads and on your legs because it has a lot of foam and a lot of support. So I would actually put this more in the tempo shoe range, and they can actually try and make it a little bit firmer or a little bit lighter in some ways, and it'll probably be an amazing racer. I definitely think they can make it slightly narrower here on the forefoot and the midfoot, and at the back you can make it a bit narrower, shave some weight on this thing, and then yeah, I don't think, obviously take a tiny little bit of foam out perhaps, and then it could be an amazing racer. So yeah, that's just a little bit of info on the Brooks Hyperion Elite 2. I'm going to be leaving all of my test shoes here in the Netherlands when we head through to South Africa, and yeah, then I just have to use the shoes that I've got when I get to South Africa. So yeah, I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in this evening. If you like this video or this live stream, sorry it's not a video, give it a thumbs up, as well as share if you can, and yeah, turn on notifications and subscribe to this channel if you can, so you guys don't miss out. And yeah, that's kind of about it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Cheers.